Let's face it, if you're a residential, commercial, or multifamily roofing company, you're struggling to find good talent. That's just the truth. I've witnessed it firsthand. I've helped several roofing companies try and overcome the hurdles that they're dealing with in the labor market, as well as the brand or lack thereof of roofing companies that attract higher quality talent. So here's one of the companies that I was working with, and we were trying to fill superintendent positions, service tech, even helper positions. And I'll be honest, the clerical positions are pretty easy to fill. Like, you have to turn those things off pretty quickly or you're going to get flooded with applicants. And most of them are decently qualified. But when it comes to in the field, that's where I've seen companies struggle because their branding is not strong. So for this position, we had to get a little creative with how we got our job openings out in front of the right people. So we did a little research. Outside of the normal free job boards like ZipRecruiter or Indeed, we had to use paid ads, and we wanted to be very strategic with that. So we did some reverse engineering. We talked with current superintendents and service techs of our client and figured out if they were going to look for a job, where would they look? And most of them said they would Google it. They wouldn't go on Indeed, they wouldn't go on Craigslist, they probably wouldn't even go on Facebook or LinkedIn. They would go to Google first and foremost. And so while your job posts can be aggregated in the job boards of Google, you want to rank higher. And so the way we did that was doing a paid ads campaign, and that brought in 70% of the applicants for this client. You can see here we had a Facebook ad campaign, and that only brought in 2. So we did a little bit of testing. We have a career page which is built into the website of the client's company, obviously. So we had a couple of routes we could have gone with getting the word out to these people. Now, the other creative ways that we had to get in front of people in their market was, one, employee referral programs, which you can't do a good employee referral program if your employees aren't happy or if you don't have good employees right now. So that's another story about training. I mean, let's face it, the roofing industry gets a bad rap. They say that it's, a tough work environment, the pay's not great, and the benefits aren't great, or the team isn't great. And those things are true for a lot of companies. But I work with clients that want to stand out above the rest, that they want to make a difference, that they want to actually serve their employees and serve their community. And they don't just say that, they put their money where their mouth is. And so when we work to promote all the benefits and the opportunities that someone has to come work at your company, you have something a lot stronger to do employee referral programs, to do promotions at local hiring events, as well as things like veteran workforce centers. People that are coming from a different industry, coming from a different world, and may have the aptitude to learn roofing, but just need a company that's going to take them under their wings and invest in them and have a fast and effective onboarding and ramping up timeline so they can get up to speed and be a valuable asset to the company, quicker. Some other ways, of course, is getting into technical centers. So trade schools, if you have local community colleges or other programs in your area, training young people up to learn a trade, why don't you get in front of them? Why don't you promote yourself? Why don't you say, hey, come work for us for a day? Hey, come check us out and shadow us for a day. Have a shop tour, have a field tour, something that makes sense for your company to give them an idea of what it would be like to work at your company. And here's the reality. You've got to be a great leader. You've got to be a great employer. You've got to take care of your people if you want to have the confidence to show this off to new hires. And frankly, a lot of companies can't do that. So check that box first and then come back to some of these creative ideas. Other ideas, putting out flyers at your local vendors. You have roofers coming in and out all the time, disgruntled at their current employer. This is a chance for you to make your face and your company known to them by showing up more often. And I've had people hire superintendents and service techs from flyers and business cards at their local vendors. So make your presence be known and get creative with how you get in front of people. Be more proactive too on social media, really promoting the authentic nurturing of your employees, the opportunities that you're giving them, and the positive reasons why they should come work for you. Whether it's consistent hours, better pay, more opportunities to increase your pay, things like that really matter. Benefits that are more a la carte rather than you're forced into it, because sometimes that can be bad. So having a la carte is a better option for a lot of employees. It's more lucrative. So promote those things, be proactive about it, put it out there. But this is a showcase that we have to get creative. with our recruiting strategies. And sometimes blue collar is a little bit harder to just post a job ad and hope good quality people apply in droves. It's just not realistic. And so we have to navigate that. And here's one of the examples of how we've done that. So if you want to learn more about our strategies and how we came up with this approach, go download the Attraction Blueprint PDF for free at the link below. Check out serviceleadersystems.com.